Now we're joined by assistant coach Dan Shardo, and we'll bring Dan in and have him put that headset on. And Dan, I always like when you come up here with a smile, and that's a heck of a win there, buddy. And I tell you, let's just get right to it at the end of the game, because you called timeout, and I was just talking about how good of a play that was that you guys were able to draw up. Not sure if you work on that in practice or what it is, but you got the matchup you wanted with Taryn at the top of the key.
Yeah, we did. I had to make a decision there in who to go with there at the end. Elijah obviously was really hot, so I actually called his number on. We have a similar play for him coming off that same ball screen, but I changed my mind, and because Taryn has such height and vision, and that's exactly what he gave us on that play, was the ability to make that pass and that read there. You know, they switched their 5 onto him there, and I think it was more he had to switch because Taryn was going to get a shot coming off of that thing, and he's such a good decision maker, and you know, you just put the ball in your best player's hands and, you know, your better player's hands, and you made a great play.
Well, I've heard you and Charlie talk about it several times that you win in this conference, especially on the road with seniors and upperclassmen. And I thought this game was as much about that as anything. I thought, you know, Taryn, this has got to be the best game he's ever had as an Oiler, and you needed it. Nearly has a triple-double, 25-9. The forgotten guy because our junior class is so good. He's a senior, and you had to go with him for nearly 30 minutes tonight, and he delivered.
He sure did. I thought Tyler was outstanding tonight, but I'll be honest, I think he's had a great year, you know, all around. He's kind of the unsung hero, I think, with this group. Comes off the bench, plays multiple positions, and is asked to do a lot for us, and boy, did he ever respond. I thought his 3 actually looked pretty good right before the couple of possessions before that, maybe 3 minutes ago or so. But yeah, I'm really happy for him. You know, he's had a really good senior year. That's, you know, and I think both of our seniors have had really good years. Ricardo's, you know, playing really well. You know, so you're always happy for your seniors when they play well.
A lot of toughness showed by your guys. You have that 7-point lead in the first half. And I kind of felt like in the first half we really could have maybe had a 10 or 12, 13-point lead, let them back in the ball game. They came out as a well-coached team always does and really blitzed us from the start. I think it was an 18-4 run that I had them at to take a 9-point lead. And that says a lot about your team to be able to come back
against Michigan Tech, you know, who, you know, we regard as one of the best coach teams in this conference, and they're darn good at home. And, you know, for our guys to come back and respond the way they did, we had lots of different guys make big plays throughout that stretch. I thought Trey Smith's defense through that stretch was a big factor in getting us back into the game, and really the stretch that he made those plays was maybe later in the game than what you're even talking about. But, you know, it does. Hopefully it shows us that we're maturing and able to withstand those. I don't know that last year we'd have been able to make that comeback there, especially on the road. And, you know, that says a lot about our forward to becoming a better team.
Well, I think it's another big positive from this game outside of the win, which is the biggest positive. Martise has a cold shooting night, and you don't lose. And typically when he has a cold shooting night, Finley does lose, but you had other guys step up. Elijah has a career high, and, you know, I think everyone's going to remember the back and forth with Chartier and him, but he made some tough plays, a lot of hustle plays down low that we're now becoming – we're starting to expect that from him.
Yeah, he's extremely gritty, extremely tough. He's so quiet that you would never think that with him. But we see it every day in practice. He's so consistent with those things, and that's such a credit to him because, you know, he came off the bench earlier in this year. You know, he's starting now. He's fine with whatever role. I'm sure he'd like to be a starter, but he's perfectly fine with whatever role you give him, and he's going to go out there and bust his butt in that role. And boy, I was really he really missed the first couple, I believe, if I remember right, to start this game. So, you know, hey, Coach, he responded, you know, and came back and did a great job of making timely threes for us that without those, I think we were in trouble.
Well, let's go ahead and finish it with Taryn because I've been trying, as we were doing the game, and kind of watching this stat line, trying to figure out if we've ever had a guy get triple-double, and I don't think we've ever had one, and he certainly came close. And 25 points, his 9 assists are impressive. 2 steals. This was a complete game for Taryn, and he changing defenses. Him at the top of the 1-3-1 caused some problems.
He was, and that's right up his alley. At Lima Bath, they did tons of that stuff, and he's really comfortable in those roles of kind of zoning things up and reading and the passing lanes and kind of anticipating cross-court passes, anticipating those top-to-top passes. He's really good at that stuff. Him and Trey Smith, probably 2 of the best guys we have at doing that, and he made some great deflections. I thought the last couple games he's gotten his hands on a lot of balls defensively like that, and that was huge. Coach mixing up the defenses down the stretch there was huge in us getting some offensive opportunities to close that gap, and then, like I said, we had some guys make some big plays, down the stretch.
Now, Coach, normally I'd ask you about the next game, but quite frankly, it doesn't matter. It's been 6 or 7 years, depending on how you look at it, since we beat the UP teams 2 times. So let's enjoy it, and we'll see you back when we're back home for whoever we have next.
That sounds great.
All right, that's
Thanks,
Assistant
Jason.
Coach Dan Shardo, and what a victory for the Oilers.